Hello ladies, back again with you today. It's Memaw here in the kitchen. As I explained in an earlier video, to me dessert's the most important part of the meal. So before I heat up the kitchen and everything today, on another recipe I'm going to explain to you how to make vanilla ice cream. This recipe I got when we got our first ice cream freezer back in 1972. It's a tried and true recipe. The recipe itself in the recipe book calls for basically 3/4 of a gallon of ice cream. So I'm going to make that today because we really don't need more ice cream than that. The recipe that I will share with you later is for a full gallon. So the ingredients today are going to be 3 eggs, 1 3/4 cups of sugar, 3 cups of milk, 3 cups of whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So what we're going to do first, ladies, is crack your eggs. I always do it in a bowl. That way, if you do get a shell in it, you can get it out without having to dig into the mixing bowl. I'm going to put my eggs in. Get them started mixing up a little. I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of sugar to my eggs. I'm going to add 3 cups of milk. Let that incorporate for a few minutes and get the whipping cream in. I always found it easier if you're going to be making something that's got a lot or a big ingredient in it, to use a 2-cup measuring cup. I know you just saw me pour twice, and that was the reason. I'm going to add the same amount of whipped cream that I did milk. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of vanilla. It is vanilla ice cream after all. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, it's all mixed up. What I'm going to do next, ladies, is put my cold ingredients back in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to put the ice cream into the container on the ice cream freezer, and we'll get that going in just a second. I'll be back. Okay, ladies, I've got the ice cream freezer set up over here. I always put mine in the kitchen sink. That way when you get the ice in there and it starts condensating, it's going into the sink. It's not making a mess all over the counter. Just take your mixture and pour it into the freezer bucket. Put the beater down inside, the lid on, latch your lid down onto your freezer so that it doesn't wobble all over everywhere. This ice cream freezer has an on and off switch on it so that I can start getting the rock salt and the ice down inside it before I actually have to turn it on. I always start off with a little bit of rock salt down on the very bottom, and then I start adding the ice. You want to try to keep the rock salt off the top, the lid of your container. Now comes the noisy part. Start adding the ice down inside, little at a time. You want to layer your ice and your rock salt so that the container is cold all the way up. I probably overdo it with the ice or with the rock salt, but at least I know it's cold. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine on now, and I'm going to finish layering up the ice cream freezer with ice and rock salt. This is probably going to take about 30 minutes. We'll come back when the machine starts slowing down, saying that it's frozen, and I'll show you the final results. And my fireman husband wants me to remind you to always make sure you use an electrical outlet with a GFI protector on it when you've got your electrical ice making machine in the sink. Okay?
Thank you.
As you can hear, the ice cream machine is slowing down, which means that the ice cream is freezing up and it's taking more effort to turn the paddle inside the container. In just a few seconds, this is going to stop altogether, and when it does, I'm going to take the ice cream out, pour it into a bowl, put a lid on it, and put it in the freezer. As you can tell, it's saying, "Hey folks, dessert's ready." What went in is eggs, sugar, milk, whipped cream, vanilla. Has come out delicious goodness here. You want to scrape it off of your paddle. If we weren't having to social distance right now, there would be at least 3, if not 4 or 5 grandkids over here fighting over who's going to get to lick the ice cream off the paddle. This is the coldest part of the job here. You want to make sure that you wipe down the outside of your container so that none of the salt water from the freezing mixture gets inside the ice cream. A towel always helps to hold on to this because, trust me, it is very cold. Around the outside edges and the very bottom of this metal container, the ice cream is going to be harder to get out because it had the contact with more directly with the ice. Right now it's the consistency of what you would call soft serve, but you put this in the freezer for a couple of hours and it's going to be just as hard as the ice cream that you buy at the store. As you can see, delicious goodness here. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about vanilla ice cream today. I hope to be back again with you soon with more recipes. God bless your families, and goodbye.